Welcome, everybody, to the third episode of the Future Check podcast. I'm your host, Jared Rosenthal, and today, I have a very special guest with me, Noa Solomon. She is an actress here at UW-Madison. She's a senior from New York City, and she's just awesome in general. Like, Noa, thank you for being on the show.
Thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure. It's an honor. She in her most recent work, she was on this movie called Generation Rex, a 90s teen comedy directed by Kevin Morales. And now, as you know, she's the main star in Wasted, Badger Film Group production.
I don't know who trusted me with that. That was a mistake.
It was the greatest decision we made.
Oh, stop. Thank you.
So happy about that. I want to talk about this, though, more starting off with school, and then we'll get more into film and all that. So you're here, you're studying journalism, minoring in sports communication and special education. I want to talk about the sports aspect because me personally, like, huge sports enthusiast.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
We haven't gotten the chance to chop it up. Let's go.
We haven't.
Okay,
I grew up a
good.
huge Badger fan, so already off the
Really?
bat, hell yeah.
Let's go. Go Badge.
Go Badgers, it was in my blood. And then also, like, I'm a Cubs fan, Blackhawks, all that, Chicago. Okay. But I want to know about you. Coming from New York City, who are your teams?
Okay, so it's kind of controversial.
Okay.
Because I'm a huge Pittsburgh sports fan. So my dad grew up in Pittsburgh. My whole family's there. So I'm like a huge Steelers fan, like die hard. I'm obnoxious about it. It's like probably my main quality of life right now.
Wow.
So big Steelers fan, grew up going to all the games, living in like Giants, Jets territory. Kind of loved it. I love to get into that kind of stuff, beef, whatever. But then I'm also a big Yankees fan, so I have to pay homage to home. But Pirates too, so it's tough. Like baseball, I go Yankees and Pirates. Hockey, I go Rangers and Penguins. Ooh. But no, you'll never catch me slipping with a Giants or Jets jersey ever.
Wow.
And then big Knicks fan.
Okay.
Pittsburgh doesn't have a basketball team.
No.
They have the Condors, but that was a long time ago.
So if they did have a basketball team, though, would you be rooting for the Pittsburgh basketball team or no?
I don't think I can say I would. I'm just such a Knicks fan. Like, I am addicted to the Knicks, even though we've had a tumultuous history. I don't think I've ever had like a great career as a Knicks fan because I wasn't alive for their glory days when they did have them. Right. I loved like the Stoudemire, Carmelo empire, and that was fun. I grew up with that, so that was good. I guess you could say that was good.
Oh yeah, Jeremy Lin.
Linsanity, let's go.
Come on.
But that was like 2 years, and then it just plummeted.
Oh yeah.
Onto the Nets he goes. Ooh. But that was fun just growing up being a Knicks fan. And
cool.
And I played basketball throughout my whole life. Since I could walk, basically, my dad was my coach as a point guard. So, we were like running drills on the court, and then like we'd go home and I'm tired. And he's like, let's go to the park, hoop, like practice, run stuff, which was like the best. I love basketball. It's my favorite sport.
That's so fun.
But yeah, I've played like a ridiculous amount of sports.
Yeah, athletic. It's so cool. And then got to college. Do you still hoop at all? Or do you go to the Nick here? Or tell me, what are you doing?
Unfortunately, I haven't been able to keep up with my basketball passion as much. It's just hard to get a group of girls to run it. But my freshman year, some of the seniors in my sorority played, so I'd like run it with them. I love going to UW-Madison, playing pickup. But it's intense, and it's usually like all guys, so they're not the most welcoming when they see like a girl in her pink like basketball shoes. But it's my favorite to like get into it with them.
I love that. I want to come back though to the first thing you said is the Steelers. Okay, that sounds like that's your thing right there. Like,
yep.
Big Ben, terrible towel, all that.
Yeah, you know.
Have you been to a Steelers game like in person, like at the stadium and all that?
Of course.
Yeah. What's it like?
I've been on the field.
Really?
Oh my God.
Oh, that's awesome.
Being a Steelers fan is so beautiful. I honestly feel like it's similar to being a Badger fan. Like, it's just like diehard fans who love each other. It doesn't matter who you are, what color you are, as long as you have that Steelers jersey on, it's like we're best friends. I don't even need to know anything about you. We're automatically best friends. Like, living in Wisconsin now and like being surrounded by Packers fans. So I went to the Super Bowl, Pittsburgh Packers.
You were at that? No
way. I was at that, and the Steelers lost. So it was like my villain story. I was like, I hate all cheeseheads. Like, it's so stupid. And then I got here, and I'm like surrounded by all of them, like freaking out. But I hate to say it, but it's true. If I were to root for a second team, I think it's the Packers now. But I don't root. Let me get it clear. I don't root for them. But if they're playing, like I have so many friends that love the Packers, and I love to see them happy. So I'll cheer them on. But no, don't get it wrong. Don't get it twisted. The Steelers are my number one.
That's your number one. That's so cool. Oh my gosh. Love that. Love that. And also, your other minor we talked about is special education.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that. So how, what influenced you to study special education as well? Because that's super cool too.
Yeah, I love it. So I work at a summer camp every summer. I've been going there for 15 years. It's like a little Jew camp in West Virginia.
Yeah,
I love it.
Fun.
And they have a program called Gesher, and they include adults who have special needs all over the spectrum. And basically they range from like 20 to 40, 50. And I loved the program growing up as a kid. Like I always wanted to hang out with them, always wanted to be with them. And then when I got the chance to be a staff member, that's exactly where I saw myself. So it's a 2-week program. One of the female counselors, and it's co-ed. So I'm counselors with boys and girls, which I love. Like it was just so much fun. We had so much fun together. And yeah, that's kind of where I like learned that I love it so much. I love being with them and interacting with them, and the parents aspect, making the parents feel comfortable to trust me, a like 17-year-old with their like 40-year-old kids. But it was such a beautiful experience that I just felt like I would be doing a disservice to myself if I stopped it there. So when I got to college and I didn't know what I wanted to do all of freshman year, I didn't have a major. I was so undecided, like as undecided as it gets. And then I just kind of like tapped into what I really love to do. Love to write. I love sports, and I love working with people that have special needs. And that's just what I kind of fell into.
Wow. That is so cool. That is so admirable. I love it because there's so many people I feel like in college, they don't pursue the things that they're most passionate or interested in.
Right. They do what they feel like they have to do.
Yeah, and it's sad, but like for you, like I'm so like proud of you, and I'm like impressed that like you're doing all this stuff that like you actually care about. So that's like you should be really proud of yourself. That's awesome.
I appreciate
and that's
that
that's
so
why
much.
I'm one of like your biggest fans here because like I love like it's that energy you have. Like
love
I mean,
you.
come on, like
You're the
always,
best.
like you're just you bring the energy, you have fun, and you do what you love, and that's my entire ethos.
Well, that's you in a nutshell. What are the balloons on your hat again?
Passion, persistence, positivity.
It's so true. Like you embody that so hard. You're such a pleasure to work with. Like from the second I met you, I was like, I need to work for him. I need to do whatever I can do to get this job so I can work with him. And I know we're gonna do stuff in the future.
I'm blushing.
You're the color of your shirt.
Exactly, Snoopy.
I love it. I love it. So cute. You're the best.
Cool.
I could talk about you for this whole podcast.
We can talk about each other.
Oh my God, let's do it.
Literally. But I want to talk about now. It's like how we met, because there's so many, like I know before the show we were talking about this, like there's a few different ways or stories that could have been the case.
Yeah,
here,
totally.
We'll tell the fans and everybody, this is
the fans.
Yeah, all the followers. This is what we know of.
Yes.
Is that what we can recall. There was somebody who put me in touch with Noah, like gave me her number.
Yes.
And we were having Noah audition for one of our shorts that fell through. And through that, like, we talked a bit, never met each other in person until the night of the Watch Out premiere.
Yes, sir.
Yep. After the premiere, we all went to the bars.
Yes.
And you were at KK.
I
and
know.
and we met for the first time.
And I remember the first time I got to see you face to face, if you can recall, was in the hub. I had sent you my audition tape, and I had just been texting this random number. I had no idea who you were. And you were like, okay, great. Like, I had gotten it, and we were like looking forward to working with you. And I was in the hub study room, and I saw my friend, and I went over to like go say hi to him, and he was like, oh, Jared, like, do you know Noah? And you were like, Noa Solomon? And I was like, yeah, like, hi, who are you? Like, I was like so awkward, and you were like, I'm Jared, like, I'm the one you've been texting with. And I'm like, stop.
No
like,
way.
I thought that I was meeting a superstar. I was like, can I get your autograph? I love you.
Oh my gosh.
And
That's
then
so cool.
the rest is history. And then I saw you at the bar, and we were like, we need to work together.
We have to do this. Let's go. Let's go. And because originally with this film, Wasted, we were going to do a short that was like, 10 minutes about a frat. That's it. And then over time, the story sort of developed, and we realized, like, if we're going to do a feature film, we got to do it from the start.
Totally.
And Blake and I, like, we got together, came up with that story for Wasted,
Such
brought
good
Ben in. Yeah.
I have the chills.
So fun, right? And then Zach came in, Charlie came in, and we all just worked together for months.
Yeah.
And finally, here we are. Like,
such a beautiful creation.
Hey.
I am so blessed that you guys gave me the honor and trusted me with Christina. Like, it means so much to me to be a part of such a star-studded cast and crew. Like, every time I'm on set, every single person in that room, I look around, I'm like, I know I'm gonna see your name in shining lights, and it's gonna be a real thing. And to look back on this experience and say that I got to work with you, I got to work with Ben, David, Blake, everybody is just like, I literally could get emotional talking about it. It's amazing.
It's so cool. And that's,
yeah.
I mean, this is literally, it goes back to this concept for this podcast. It's like
Yeah.
the future check is
Yep.
you literally checking in on the future of what's to be in the arts world, entertainment, pop culture. And this comes with people like you. Like, or like I said before, we are honored to have you part of this and to have you with other awesome people as well. Like, this connection, this group, this family we have,
So strong,
so talented, and we build together.
Mm-hmm.
I think rising in this industry, you know, we're young, we don't have a lot to our name yet.
Totally.
But I think one thing that you gotta believe in, or at least I believe in, is that like you don't do it by yourself.
No.
You do it with a group of people that are.
It takes a village.
You know, it takes a village.
Mm-hmm.
Same mindset, same attitude, and positivity, and
motivated.
yes,
Motivated.
and
like,
we just go.
We just go on set. Like, I already know when the call time is like 6 and then we're like gonna wrap at like 10. Like, no. All those people are ready to stay for like 3 hours after.
Right.
And no one gets like butt hurt about it. Like, I'm like, low key when it wraps, I'm like, can we do it? Can we do one more take? Like, I don't want this to end.
No.
So we have so much fun on set. We're so lucky.
It's the best.
Yeah,
it's the best.
it
And
really is.
especially now, I mean, now we're getting snacks and food on board here.
I know, like,
we got
craft
drinks,
services, like, we're legit.
we're leveling up. You know, at the start it wasn't like that, but through
Yeah.
experience and then
we learn together.
Yeah, we learn together, and,
Yeah.
and with these longer shoots, it just makes sense.
Totally.
Getting everyone, you know, their needs satisfied, especially, you know, now I want to go further into this the movie that we're doing.
Yeah.
Like for the shoot for Whiskey Jacks,
Yeah.
AKA the Swits.
The Swits.
A long night. Like we
Crazy.
needed to pull out all the stops to get
Yeah.
everybody there,
Yep.
hospitality, the
Yep.
whole thing.
100%.
So whether it meant drinks, food,
Yeah.
like hugs, like
yeah.
little
Dance
therapy on the
parties.
side, dance
Yeah.
party, like
Yeah. It was perfect.
Yeah.
And we were slated to run those 2 scenes.
yeah.
And I remember like call time was like 8, and we wrapped the first scene at like 12:30. And everyone's like, "Oh, there's no way we do the second one." And then all of a sudden you're like, "Oh, changing your next costume, like time to go." And we're like, "Okay, we're doing this. Let's go." Like massage each other, get each other amped up, and then we just like went for it, and it was so fun.
Yeah.
It was so fun.
And they were worried. I remember Blake and Ben, they're like, "Jared, there's no way we're gonna do it. There's no way we're gonna do it." I'm like, guys,
We're doing it.
this is happening.
No nos.
No, we're doing it. The bar is okay with it. We
Yeah.
want to be here.
Let's go.
You will be here. Block out the scenes. Talk to your actors. Let's go.
Yeah. And that's why I love you. You are so down for whatever. Like you keep everyone in check. You're like, we're doing this. Like just put a smile on your face and let's go. And it's so impressive. It's like it's captivating.
It's fun because for me, it's like this is my imagination and you guys are just acting it out.
Yeah.
Because I saw this scene in my head 4 months ago, 5 months ago. So for me, every time I'm on set, that's a vacation for me. Like I don't want that to end.
I love that.
You know, like my reality.
I want on a shirt.
Yeah,
Every
right?
time I'm on set, it's a vacation. That's beautiful.
It's like me like living out every dream I live out. Those are my vacations. This is, you know, when I'm on set, that's a whole different world. And then I go to the real world, and then I
I'm
take
like, I want to go
inspiration.
back.
I want to go back. Yeah. It's like
That's my favorite thing you ever said to me. I was asking you because you have your fingers in so many projects, so many pots. And so I was like, how do you balance it? Like, do you have a social life, Jared? And you were like, listen, I'll get to the point where it is a little overwhelming. Like you are doing so many things. And then you get like 2 days where you don't have something to do and you're like, what else can I be doing? You're on Facebook, like reaching out to all these random people. Like you can't sit still. And that is like what I love so much about you. It's like it pulls me. It's like a magnet. And it's so amazing to see someone who actually loves what they do, and you're so passionate about it that you don't want it to stop. And yes, it gets overwhelming, like long days, long nights, no sleep. Kid doesn't sleep. Like it's actually, he survives. Your body is made up of like Red Bull, and I think that's it.
Literally is.
On set, you're like, should we shotgun Red
Shotgun
Bulls?
right now.
Like,
Let's go.
Yeah, it's so good though.
It keeps us going.
Yeah.
And it's all like like you said, it's love, it's passion, it's persistence. It's just knowing like the greater like the bigger picture behind this, because okay, in the moment it might be really tough.
100%.
It is.
Yeah.
But noticing like the impact that it's gonna have post, like, and the best part about it, I don't know if it's the best part, but it's invisible because there's some people that will be influenced by this and they don't even realize it.
100%.
So it's like you could be an inspiration to somebody who you might not ever meet.
Totally.
And that's what makes it
Blake,
so cool.
Blake is such a great example of that too, because he makes like all these insane videos of like Wisconsin and parties, and And he has kids like reach out to him and say like, you are the reason that I like decided to go to UW. Like I think Matt, who's working on set with us, like saw one of Blake's videos and was like, how can I do anything to be a part of what you're doing? And Blake like would have had no idea that he did that to a kid.
Exactly.
Like it's amazing.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
And that goes back to you too, though. It's like with acting, like you are embodying a really cool character. And
she's a handful.
You know, she's a handful. She's fun. Christina.
I love it. She's so fun to play.
It's so cool. But like you doing that, and when that comes out, I mean, the people that are going to see that, especially in like your sorority too, and in all pockets of campus, they're going to realize like how cool and how important it is to, you know, embody that sort of character. Totally. And they're going to want to act, and they're going to want to be more expressive, and, you know, so you create this like trend, and like this new look for, I mean, Madison Arts, but also just like college kids at the bare bones creativity level. Like you're inspiring people to be another person and like live another life and put that on the spotlight. It's just so cool.
That means a lot to hear. I really appreciate that.
And it's
you're
fun.
Buttering me up. Oh, stop. Keep it going.
Right? All right, let's see it. But okay, so what about this? I talk about like inspiration and other people you might never meet and all that. When you were 11 years old, I know you said that's when you got into entertainment.
Yes.
What was that like for you? Because me, you know, I come from a sports broadcasting background, so I never really dealt with that side of entertainment.
Right.
And for you to do it like at a young age, what was that like?
So my parents always laugh because they are like the least creative people ever. Like they can't sing, they can't dance, they can't act. And my brother is like this insane musician. And they're like, how did we birth two people that like are so invested in this like arts world? And I hate to sound cliche, but I do think living in New York has really opened up a lot of that part in me, just watching other people and wanting to be a part of something like that. I remember in 5th grade elementary school, my school was doing the play Willy Wonka. And I was so jazzed up about it. I was like, I'm playing Veruca. I don't care what anyone says, practicing my accent, like getting everything right. And I go to auditions. I feel like I did a great job. Cast list goes up like 2 or 3 days later. I'm like trailing my name down the list, looking. I'm like, Noa Solomon, Augustus Gloop, who is like the German heavy set boy who like eats a lot of chocolate. And I'm like, oh, there's a typo. There's a mistake. Like, I don't know what is occurring right now, but this is not what's going to happen. Like for my 5th grade debut, like I'm not playing Augustus, but it's actually the best thing that I think could have ever happened to me. I was trusted to play this ridiculous out-of-pocket character. And I had to tap into places that made me feel a little bit uncomfortable and push myself to actually get to that place. And it sounds silly like a 5th grade play, but like it really was something that I was so passionate about. And I got to go on stage in this like big costume, eat my chocolate, and like I just marveled at the control I had of the audience, making them laugh. And I remember after my first show, one of my friends, like little brothers, was like, this is on the 3rd show. He was like, I've seen the play every night, all 3 nights, because of your character. And that stuck with me. And I remember that to this day. I don't remember a lot of things from when I was younger, but that really stuck with me. And I was like, this is something I need to be doing. And so I went to a professional performing arts school for the next 7 years. I auditioned to be in PPAS, Professional Performing Arts School. And it's in like the heart of Times Square. So that was just like my world for 7 years. And I studied musical theater, so singing, dancing, and acting for the first 3 years of middle school. And then I transitioned into mainly acting in high school. And so I did that for 4 years. And I loved it. And I decided I wanted to go professional with it. And I did that whole thing. I could get into that. I don't know how much time we have left.
No, definitely, whatever, yeah.
But yeah, so when I went to the performing arts school, I had like this acting coach for like a 3-week program, and she had a cabaret at the end of it just to show what we'd been working on, and a couple agents. It's for like family friends, and then like a couple agents from the city. And I didn't really expect anything out of it. I just like was having fun with the group of people we did it with. And I think it was like 3 weeks later, I got a call from Abrams Artists, which is one of the top agencies in New York. And they were like, we'd love to meet you and kind of like get to know you. So I went in. I wouldn't even call it an audition. It was kind of like, it was just like a conversation. Yeah, like a conversation. Had me like read aside for some like random like expo marker commercial, like some stupid thing just to show like if I could do something on camera. And yeah, they signed me, and I was with them, for the rest of the time, and they put me out on auditions, and definitely got to audition for amazing things, and booked a couple things along the road, and it just like it was such a fun experience.
Wow. And it just keeps going and going from there. That's oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's so cool. I think what sticks with me the most from what you just said is that first kid in 5th grade who literally told you, like, I showed up again because of your character.
Yeah.
It's the little comments like that I think along the way that can keep someone going for an extra week, 2 weeks, 3 years, whatever. Because it's like, it's so rare that people that should get appreciated get appreciated.
100.
So it's like,
literally,
when you have those, like, you cling on to
and
it
it's like
and you run
the smallest little thing. I'm sure he doesn't even remember that he said that to me.
Right.
But like however many years later, like 15 years later,
it's still,
I'm like, that's, I don't want to say it's what keeps me going,
No,
but that's
but
what put it inside of me and what really makes me motivated and excited.
Yeah. Well, because you
and
obviously hungry. You have that self-confidence, you have the motivation, you have it in you, and you believe in yourself. And that's something that I feel like all artists need to have, and you have it, and it's something like those comments though, like we say, it's that stuff. I mean, it makes you realize how it's bigger than you. Yes. It's bigger than you.
The impact is like amazing.
Yeah.
Out of this world.
So
it's bigger than you.
It's much bigger than you, and that's what I know is
You have all these little one-liners that I'm like, I need to put these all on a shirt. It's so
make
good.
a brand out of it, you know. But that's reality, because I know there's people that have joined this group now, and they're going through stuff personally, and the fact that they have this Badger Film Group community, this is a safe spot or place for them to just be themselves, and also just like forget about the troubles that they're going in their reality.
Totally. And just create with other people that want to create. It's the most beautiful thing.
It is, and everyone has a different role. I think that's so cool, and like what's really cool about it too is that everyone appreciates it. Like no one's like neglecting certain roles. Like everyone's talking to each other. It's like the culture over the years, not that it was ever bad at the start, it's that there's
it's
this
matured.
Like, it's matured, it's grown, it's evolved. The comfort level, it's just more family oriented.
Yeah.
Whereas like now, like I literally like I'll go out with these people in the group. Whereas before it was like
literally
it wasn't like that.
Totally.
So I think that is so important in a film group or even in a community, is like having that bond that goes beyond what you're actually doing.
Totally.
Like you and I, like we would hang out outside of filming.
Oh my God, every time I see you, it like elevates. We have our class together.
And I'm together.
Yeah.
Right. It's like I think
so good.
That's like the coolest thing in art. It's like if you have good relationships and friendships outside with those people, it just transfers right in.
It makes it so easy.
So easy, especially when like it comes to like scenes that we had in the film, like intimacy and that sort of stuff. There's a comfort level.
It made me feel so safe.
Right.
And I think like the professionalism that everyone brings to set, I think people could easily write this off as like some kids getting together in college and putting on like some film. Right. But to everyone in that room, it's like something so much more. We all see this as like such a big project, something that could move into something even bigger. Like we don't know where this movie's gonna go. We could maybe we'll all get famous. And who knows? But
put Madison on the map. That's what it's about.
Exactly. But it doesn't even matter. It's just every single person, no matter what they're doing, even if it's someone keeping track of time or script or like sound, whatever it is, everyone is so invested in this, and it goes such a long way when we do have scenes like involving intimacy.
Right.
Because I never felt uncomfortable. I never felt weird. I loved getting people's opinion, and I love being critiqued. I remember Ben said on the last podcast, like when someone calls him out for a bad idea, he wants to give him a kiss, and I'm like, that is so true.
Right, exactly.
Like put me in my place. Like tell me what looks good. Tell me what doesn't look good. I remember Marianne gave me like this incredible note. To like flip it was a small note, but like to flip my hair, and it added so much to my confidence and my character, and I really thought that made the scene right there. Yeah. And it was and I'm so happy she said that. I'm so happy we all were in that together. I'm nervous for that scene, but I'm excited also.
It's so cool. Yes. And what's so funny is like I haven't even seen really any of the raw footage. I've seen some stills throughout. Right.
Yes.
But I've only seen like one of the scenes pieced together. The other stuff, I don't know.
It's a mystery to us all, literally.
Yeah, and I trust the editors. I know they're gonna do great.
They're gonna kill it.
But yeah, it's like that. It's the not knowing. You're like, But you know,
that's
what
it is.
Yeah.
I feel like that's also kind of what motivates us to do better. It's like after every scene, I would be lying if I don't lose sleep over it. I'm like, I should have take this step, or I should have said this line in a different way every take. But that's what makes me come on to set the next day and bring my A game every time. Because if I ever felt satisfied, then what am I even doing here?
Right. No. It keeps you with something to keep coming back for.
Yes.
And to get better. You're hungrier, like you said. It's like
it's my favorite word
you're
for
ready.
all of this.
Yes.
Ready to go.
Hungry and also scrappy too. That's something that
Yeah,
I'll be on the
dirty
camera. Yeah. Scrappy, literally putting things together, making things
Yes.
happen. It's literally, it's
love
all
it.
about just putting the ball in play. Like,
Yeah.
you know, because the way I look at it is we're doing our best to make the best product.
Mm-hmm.
And even if it never gets seen, even if it goes nowhere, like I love this lifestyle. Like what we're doing, even if it never touches a single soul,
Right.
which it will, but
I agree. Even if it doesn't.
Like
it touched us.
It touched us.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I feel like that's
For
the
real.
like the point of life. It's like to care about something bigger than you
Mm-hmm.
and to actually, you know, like be passionate about it and like create
Yeah.
these like connections with people who like
Totally.
also care about the same thing.
It's such an amazing thing. And to find each other at UW, which it's not traditionally like a school for the arts.
Oh, no.
I didn't come here to do the arts. I remember
Oh.
I was ready to like play football and freaking, like go to the game tailgate. And coming here and finding those creative people and being able to work with them. Like I'm so bummed that this had to come together my senior year because we have so much more in store. And I'm not worried. I know we'll continue to create together, but it's like the people that are here are so passionate and hungry for it, and they can't find it all over the place. Like at a traditionally performing arts school, like it's everywhere, so it's kind of hard. You could get lost in that. But to find someone else at this kind of school who has the same passions and drive as you, it's like, oh my God, we have to work together.
Right.
Like we need to make something. We have to make it happen. And that's the best feeling in the world.
It's so niche. And it also, like I know, like once we graduate, and you guys, I mean, it's a very senior dominated group.
It is.
I mean, after this, like we're all gonna have to meet in Los Angeles, New York, somewhere.
Yeah.
And continue
Come on,
this.
let's go to the city.
Right?
Let's go to the city.
And what's funny too, I mean, a few more talks before we get off the podcast because I know we're getting towards the end. We have a shoot today.
That we do in like 2 hours.
Frat party
Let's
soon.
go.
It's gonna be fun. It's so fun.
I'm so excited.
We just connected the dots that we both know Rocco Wu.
I cannot
What?
believe that you know Rocco Wu. We went to school together.
That's insane.
He's the GOAT.
Yeah, he's awesome.
He's like amazing. How did you
Okay,
know
here's the
again?
story with him. I went to this USC summer program. I was studying sports journalism.
He goes there, right?
He goes to USC.
Right.
And I met him through that program. He was doing something else.
Okay.
And we kept in touch over the years. He was actually, we went to go see the Spider-Man movie together that he was in. He was an extra in
Yeah,
it.
I remember.
Yep.
I saw that.
So
Oh,
funny.
that's
We were in the theater
amazing.
together. Yep. We kept in touch over the years.
Yeah.
And then when I was looking for graphic designers for Dream Park, he was the one that put me in touch with the first one, Liang.
No way.
Yeah. And
Oh man, that's
they
amazing.
have been my right hand man, woman,
Yeah.
whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally.
They're so talented.
Yeah.
And it was because he put us in touch.
Oh, the connection.
Yeah.
King of connections right here, ladies and gentlemen. I love it. It's so amazing. I'm the same way though. Like connecting is the way that we need to be working and creating. And the things that you do, like the Facebook thing. Who goes on Facebook anymore? That was like a 10-year ago type thing, maybe even 20-year ago type thing, and you're still on there like finding everybody. Like, didn't you meet our sound guy from Facebook?
Yeah, I've met
who like
sound
blessed
and-
us with all these incredible materials and tools.
Yeah.
But it's like the way that you put together such an amazing group of people, cast and crew. The connection. Jared with the connect, babe. It is so great.
I just care about it so much. Like that's the point. I know it's like so cliche to say it, but it's like
No.
like you see it through my work. Like I love what we're doing and
Yeah.
I believe in it so strongly
That you do.
that I will by any means necessary go to any extreme to get what we need.
Yep.
And so if that means going on some outdated social media platform
Yeah.
and you know scrolling through like different like 70-year-olds and 20-year-olds whatever.
Literally.
If I have to sort through, that's what I'm gonna do. And if I have to drink like 8 Red Bulls, then that's what's gonna happen. Like,
I love
but no,
it.
I swear I'm healthy, guys. I swear.
Okay,
Last night I actually
sure.
didn't even go out. Saturday night I didn't even go out. I slept
Shocker.
in. I slept.
You need that.
I know.
You needed
I know.
that.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Now
so
I'm well
impressive.
rested for our party today.
Woo!
Frat party. It's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be a long one.
It's gonna be a long one. We're on this is day I believe 13 or 14. I'll have to check through the stories, my vlogs. You know.
The best. His vlogs are the best.
So I'll check through. I know it's gonna be in total an 18-day shoot.
Okay, wow.
We're
We're
done.
getting to the end. This might be my last scene today. I think it is. I don't know.
You've the final performance.
Am I there?
I think there's a part where you might come in.
Oh, good.
But
Okay, good.
I think you have at
It's
least
bittersweet.
I know.
And I
So
love
sad.
working with David. He's
so
so
fun.
amazing. He is such a great, like, he's like a shining light, and
Yeah.
I'm so happy I got to work with him throughout this.
I met him on my first shoot, actually, with Badger Film Group. We were at a liquor store filming Licorice. He was the ambassador for Bud Light.
Yes, he was. Oh, do I know?
Yeah,
that's
you know.
That's his whole Instagram.
That's his brand.
I know.
He was in ULIC, and
Okay.
literally, like, we were filming our scenes, and he was just giving out shots because, that's what they pay him to do.
Right.
And he was watching, and then we met, and then from there, we went to Nitty Gritty.
That's how you met?
Yeah. And then
that is so amazing.
And then he was in Heart of Gold.
Yeah, I saw that one. He was like the bartender in that one, right?
Bartender in Slice. Heart of Gold, he was the dude.
Okay,
He was, like, the main
Oh, that's
guy.
right. He was the main guy for Heart of Gold. Yeah, there's so many projects.
I
love it. I like went through a crazy rabbit hole on YouTube watching all of them before I was in this, and I was like, we got to make this one great.
Oh, yeah.
Because I didn't want it to flop. All your other ones are like insanely good, and I was like, I'm gonna make this my personal job to make sure this one's good too.
And it will. It's already on track to be. We know every time.
I know. I'm excited for the premiere and everything. It's gonna feel really good.
Yeah, more details on that soon. But last question before we get off here, and you got to practice, rehearse for today. Big day. Who would you say? Well, two questions. One is, what's been your biggest inspiration, whether it be an event, a person, or something in your life that is, kind of helped with the way you've lived your lifestyle as an actress and student? Like, what?
Totally.
Where do you get inspiration to do what you're doing?
Yeah. So I would have to give it to a teacher that I had in high school, who was so important and impactful in my entire life, whether it be on camera or off camera, and day-to-day basis. I find myself thinking back to him because I feel like one thing about me, and it might come across kind of funny, but I do feel like I have like a little like finesse to me. And like I remember like a little pizzazz and a little finesse. Like I know like kind of situations. I love talking to people, connecting. And so through school, I felt myself sometimes using that in ways to like slide by. So like for assignments and stuff, I could just kind of finesse it and get away with an A. Like I like was able to do that and be a good student with that. And this teacher had me, and I remember he like made us write an essay, and I like did it the night before or whatever. And he was my acting teacher. And so we were writing an essay for an acting class. I automatically was like, what is this guy's deal? And he gave me an F on my paper, like out of nowhere. And I was like completely and utterly shocked. And I was like he gave it to me and looked at me and he smiled. And I was like, this is going to be the devil. And I was like, there's such a long year ahead of us. How am I going to deal with this? He sat me aside and he's like, listen, I know people like you, and I know that you can get past by doing things that might not be your best work, but it looks like your best work to other people. And he's like, I had that same problem, but you need to actually dive into things that you care about. And really for our scene work, like he would ask me to write pages and pages of actions and objectives and what ifs and circumstances and all that just to go into a 3-minute scene, put in that time, put in that effort. And I took that and I ran with it, and I use that for everything in my life. I use that for looking for jobs outside of school. I need to put in work. Don't just show up to an interview and expect that you can like talk your way into giving them the job, like letting them give you the job. Like, no, do your homework, put in those 3 hours. It might be brutal, but it's so worth it. And it feels so much better when you do hand in that paper, you do that final scene, you do the movie. It feels so much better knowing that you put in your all and your whole heart and your whole knowledge and power, and to watch it come into fruition is the most special part of it. And so I carry him with me. He's my favorite person now, not even favorite teacher, my favorite person, and he taught me so much, and that's kind of what keeps me going. Yeah.
That's so, oh my gosh.
Yeah,
wow.
it was special.
And gosh,
and I needed to learn.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It always ties back to like literally the past and like like that foundation you have growing up.
Yeah.
Because those are the lessons that you're ingrained with you for the rest of your life.
Totally.
The fact, like, you still remember that. We go back to 5th grade.
Yeah.
It's people like that. And do you still talk to him, or?
Yes.
Okay.
We exchange emails all the time. When I'm in the city, I go to school and I see him. I haven't seen him since before COVID though, but we exchange emails. Okay. But like, he is such an important person. I'm gonna have to go meet up with him.
That's amazing. Yes.
I'm gonna tell him that I talked about him. He's gonna be like, oh,
show him the podcast. Show him the movie.
Yeah. Oh, he would love to see it.
Wow. Well, his impact on you. Wow. He's amazing. Amazing job. I'd love to meet him at some point.
Gregory Parenti.
Wow. Shout out to Gregory.
Thank you.
And last question I have for you, and then that's it for the show.
Yes.
you got like less than a month left before you graduate. That's so scary. I'm
Don't
so
remind
sorry
me.
to bring that up.
Oh my
I
God,
know.
that was traumatizing.
Horrible,
to hear.
horrible.
Jump scare.
Jump like that. But I want to know for you, it's not so much what do you have planned for the future,
Yeah.
but coming into college,
Mm-hmm.
do you feel that you've achieved the things that you set forth to do? Like, and,
Yeah.
and if you did, how were you able to do that? Because there's
Yeah.
people that are freshmen now that are gonna watch this and they're gonna be like, okay, how can I
Totally.
replicate that?
Yeah.
So what would you say to that?
So I guess just to go back to what I was saying, I came in so undecided.
Mm-hmm.
I had kind of written off acting because I found that like growing up as that child actor and like going to all those auditions, and I'd be taken out of school for weeks on end. Like I'd book something and I'd be out of school for 2 weeks. I'd miss at least one day of class every week. It took me out of it, and I got really tired, and I didn't really appreciate it because I was so young. And looking back at it now, I'm like, why did I ever get burnt out? I felt like I could have just kept going with it. But I was young, and everything happens for a reason. I'm such a big component of that. And so I was a senior or junior, I guess, when I was looking at colleges, and I'm like, I want Big Ten, I want sports, because I had no sports at my high school. I had to do everything outside rec. I did rec tackle football, rec baseball, rec basketball, like lacrosse, volleyball. I did it all outside of school. So I was like, I want to be able to go to school and have that encompassed within my experience. But I came here and I did that and I loved it. And then my junior year is when Generation Rex came out, and it kind of brought that itch right back.
Yeah.
And I had to scratch that damn itch. It was like
Let's
a
go.
mosquito bite that never stops itching. And this, I feel like we're always bringing it back to Badger Film Group.
Mm-hmm.
But this was such a beautiful way to end my college career because it was so full circle. I would do little like shorts here and there for people throughout college that were like 10-minuters, 15-minuters. The craziest one I did was like a shoot from 10 p.m. to literally 8 a.m. the next day. But also one of my favorite ones.
Right.
And so I would do those little things, but this project really is giving me what I needed to continue and to go back into New York and explore what I have in the city for me. And I feel like college gave me my time off, and I was able to really get into like being in the sorority and meeting people and not really having the obligation to be auditioning 24/7, doing self-tapes, which I also hated doing. But now I've done the thing, and I loved the thing, and I feel like I'm ending it in such a beautiful way, and I just hungry. I'm hungry.
She's hungry. She's gotta eat.
I gotta eat, baby.
Yes.
But yeah.
So excited to
good
see what you do
question.
in the future, though. I mean, this is your career. It's gonna be awesome, and this is just
I
the
feel
start.
the same about you.
So
You gotta work with people.
together.
Let's
We're
just
gonna make it
get
happen.
rich and famous together. I love it.
That's it. Future Check Podcast, guys. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Have a great rest of your day. We out.
Bye.